Here at Euronews, we want to bring you all sides and all voices to these stories. And so the other side of this story is the Russian perspective. Let's just bring you up a tweet from a Russian representative to the United Nations saying here, the theatre of the absurd continues. No proofs, no clues, no logic, no presumptions of innocence, just highly likely, saying the one rule, always blame Russia. And then look at this, at the bottom here saying, let us welcome the united sanctions of America. And then look at this word, hashtag Skripal hoax. The language of hoax being used by the Russian representative to the UN. Then let's look at the Russian embassy in America. They put out a dual language statement, Russian and English, on Facebook. A key here to pull out is the fact they've got accustomed to not being presented with any evidence. Let's just pull you up a quote from it as well, in which they describe these sanctions as draconian, based on, quote, far-fetched accusations. Now, it's fair to say that Britain and their allies around the world have come to the conclusion, which they claim is on evidence and intel shared between powers, that Russia was responsible, the most likely culprit for the poisoning. Russia, all the way through, has insisted it's far-fetched, and now they're calling these sanctions, these latest sanctions, draconian in their effect. So that's the official perspective. What about Russian media? Let's just bring you up the TASS news agency. Well, they pick up on that point from the embassy, saying, where's the evidence? Questioning America. What is the evidence upon which you're making this statement? So picking up very much on that side of the Russian argument. Then there's the other Russian media news outlet, Kommersant here, picking up on the line that these sanctions are draconian. Again, quoting the line from the embassy there. So there is a sense that the Russian media are reporting very much the view that these sanctions are based not on concrete evidence against Russia, and that these sanctions are draconian in their effect and how far they reach. What about you? What are you saying on Facebook and Twitter? Let's just bring up a comment from Graham here, who's not convinced by the arguments of America and the West, saying here, this narrative has convinced nobody. He says these sanctions, it's unreal America's doing it. But then on the other side, Greg commenting on our Facebook article on Euronews, saying, well, at least Trump is holding Russia to account. Here, the idea that Russia has been presented as the most likely culprit, and that Western countries, now the United States, is holding them accountable. So what do you think? Do you think Russia is finally being held to account by America, or are you unconvinced by the arguments that have been put into the public domain on this? You can let us know your thoughts using #TheCube.